Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, March 30th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. And after a tremendous day yesterday for the bulls, with a gap that held, with a trend day late in the day, price probe, price spike, here we are, 75 minutes to go prior to the opening, and they are really, really trying to get some legs as they are attempting to come out of balance possibly on certainly the daily and the weekly. A couple of things I want to talk about prior to getting to what's going on today. I've seen a lot of things on social media lately, how they love using big words and terms and whatnot. Look, we try to give both sides of the market here in an educated way, both on these videos and during the intraday, right? Yesterday was a perfect example where before this even happened, I had told the trading room I would like to see this market come down, fail below, and look for a long. Well, that's exactly what happened as they took out G's low by one tick. Now, again, it was a small range, but I still didn't expect them to go out and make a new higher in the day at that point and take out both sides of the IB. But they did. Again, this is just what we're talking about, is trying to educate and inform in a very, very simplistic way where people can understand. The reason I'm bringing that up is I'm seeing a lot that a lot of this is short covering. It is not short covering. The market has firmly been in balance in all three time frames. And when we look at the charts, I'll show you. If anything, this market has gotten long in the shorter time frame on the daily from yesterday and again this morning. But it's not a result of short covering. Now, short covering eventually makes a market weaker, but when it is there, at least you have a prevailing bid underneath you. That's not there right now. This is just pure algo-driven and momentum buying. It's important for a couple of reasons. Number one, for the market to sustain this and for a healthier market, especially if we break out of this balance. Again, this is only pre-market. I won't be considering this coming out of balance until regular trading hours. We have GDP at 8:30. But even if we do come out of it to the upside, again, the market can go a lot further than you can sustain it, right? You'll never outlast the market. But for it to be healthier, I think you're going to need much, much better volume and new players in this market. Okay? Two smallest ranges of the year yesterday, light volume the last 2 days. So again, doesn't mean the market can't go higher, but if it doesn't get a bigger push with some bigger players behind it, at some point they take it all back in one fell swoop. Just keep that all in mind. Just quickly on the other ones, NQ doing the same thing. Now, NQ and Triple Q having a chance for an outside month up. Now, we'll see where it closes tomorrow, but they are going to have that opportunity. So that would be very important. Righty failed on an inside day up yesterday for the most part, but now here they are trying to explode with a gap to the upside also as they push towards 1800. As far as we're concerned, well, coming out of balance on the daily would be 402.49 in SPY. Right now we're $1 above that pre-market. Again, it's pre-market. Again, it's pre-GDP. Okay? So, again, you have to take the overnight with a grain of salt. Somebody said to me yesterday in the trading room, the overnight has a better range than the regular trading hours. And that is true at times, but the bottom line is this. The overnight is in weak hand traders. There's no liquidity at all. And for my money's worth, if you can't make money trading in 6.5 hours of regular trading hours, then it's not going to be that much easier. In fact, it's going to be hard to do it in the after hours. Again, that's just how I feel on that. As far as a game plan this morning, again, a lot can change at 8:30. But if we are gapping higher, again, it depends on the size of the gap. Okay? The balance high in ES right now is 73.75. We're above there by 7 points right now. But come 9:30, if we're right below it, or if we do just stretch it slightly, again, balance rules are 100 times more important to me than gap rules. Okay? They're the most important by far. Gap and go has not worked. Even yesterday, we gapped. It came in a bit. It didn't just gap and go, that's for sure. So be careful on a gap of any magnitude, especially against a balance high. So we'll see where that is. So again, it's hard to give an exact game plan right now prior to this 8:30. But again, if we are around here, if it's right around the balance high, I would probably short it the first time, both against the whatever. If the overnight high is around here, and we're just slightly stretching the balance high to start, I'd probably short it the first time. If it pulls back, I'll certainly be looking for longs, and then you could use either the gap fill as you're out, or we had small single prints. The big picture line in the sand for today is H's high. That's the price spike. Bulls do not want to give that up after 8:30 today. If they give it up, all this was a nice test of the balance high, and then at least initially they're failing. So H's high will be your line in the sand. I wouldn't want to be long below H's high if they get accepted back into yesterday's range. Above that, you could look for longs, no doubt. And again, possibly the first time short against the balance high. And again, if we were to trade up maybe to 4,100. Again, all early plays. And then just quickly on the charts, this is what I'm talking about. Balance on the monthly. Okay? If anything, we've come off the lows, $20. Tells me the market's not short. Of course, initially there's short covering. But this market is not short covering, I don't think. But it's still just firmly balanced on the monthly. Weekly, balance, okay? But it's not short covering. The market's getting longer. Okay, now, if we take out, now this is pre-market in here. If we take out last week's high, again, I think on the weekly, I'm looking more to take out 407.45 to come out of balance. I think I would still call it balance on the weekly until we took that out. However, for sure on the daily, if we take out 402.49, the daily would clearly be up today if they're able to do that. You would also start stopping that succession of lower highs. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.